All right.
It should be good to go.
I'm going to look for it.
Should be popping up any second now. Ladies and gentlemen.
There we go.
World famous Thurman and Lala podcast. We're back to entertain you.
Hold on. All right. I got to turn the fucking sound off on that. Okay.
Okay, yeah, you get a little echo. You get two. You get double. 2 for the price of 1. Let me clean. All right, so, okay. Let's start off by saying we did a gig last night, so me and Stevie are fucking fucking sleepy.
I thought about like putting on a fucking hat.
I almost put on sunglasses.
Yeah, dude, like on. I was like, you know what? This is what I fucking look like. Fuck you guys.
No,
like,
all right. Yeah, last night was killer, dude. Killer. Awesome.
It felt like normal life.
Yeah, so we played at Milky's. We had a Foes. Moondog opened up for Friendly Foes, which was brought Moondog out to fucking Buffalo, and they were all excited and fucking it was great. And they brought a mad people and everybody.
They brought like all of Youngstown.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Yeah, motherfuckers, that'll happen once. They all come to the first one. Well, I'm looking at all you like, where are you guys last week when we were here, you fuckers?
Dude, it's impossible to get people like
that's
we
the big
rage down in Youngstown and fucking Lewiston, and then when we got up above the hill, we were completely on our own.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I feel like one of those like guys in the 50s who has 2 families. Like we have our like Youngstown Lewiston Foes fans.
Yeah,
then we have our Erie County Buffalo Foes fans. They never cross the bridge. The 2 never shall meet until last night.
That was funny because we had all of the Jug essentially, and then all of Vincenzo's. So I was like, "Who the fuck is like both businesses must be suffering so
Gabe
bad."
Was there,
yeah, like everybody, you know what I mean? I was like, "Fuck, dude!" Like
it was
that's
just
so cool though.
Is Munzie and Captain just sitting there alone in the kitchen? Where's everybody?
It was a lot of fucking fun.
That was great.
Though, man.
Fucking Stevie Lala hopped up on the bass.
Yeah, it's been a while,
man.
That was a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah, well, the original, so we had Moondog open. Our friend John Donatelli, great dude, bass player, was going to sit in with them. And then you texted and said you were coming. So I was like, hey, Donatelli's bass is going to be there. Fucking pick it up, slap around a little bit. Literally hit send, and then bling, Donatelli message saying he can't make it. So then I go back to Steve. I'm like, hey, might want to bring your own bass.
It was cool though, man. It's been a while. Like I ran through some songs, came up with some shit on the spot like that.
It's all
what fucking spot. Grateful Dead song did I play with them? I can't even remember.
I Know You're Rider.
Yes,
Zach Hartwig. Zach Hartwig was in the fucking building. What's up, brother? He's in the chat.
Yeah, hey, I met him last night.
Great dude.
It was a first time really that I've been.
He's a huge fan of you. It's very funny.
Yeah, I know. Like, because he was like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like special guest bass player, and I was like, "Yeah, do I know this guy? He seems nice." But I was like, "Hey," and then he's like, "Yo, I'm a big fan of the show." I was like, "Oh shit!" Like that felt cool. So thank you, Zach.
Like when we would do faux shows like at the Jug, like. Because we would do Thurman and Lala like when we could, and then like you were working, and then like so I'd be like we'd get them in when we could, like we miss whatever we fucking do as much as we can. Fuck, busy, Jesus, get off.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah,
fuck
calm
you
down,
all.
Zach. Jesus, what do we owe you? What do I owe you?
This is for you. This is volunteer.
We just totally turn.
Piece of shit.
I don't owe you people anything.
So yeah, you gave it all last night.
But he would be like,
pleasantries are gone.
He'd be like, yo, I want another Thurman and Lala. That shit's great. Steve's fucking out of his mind. That guy's crazy. He's fucking hilarious. Like it was almost like he's like, is all that shit true? I'm like, yes.
Unfortunately, yeah. Like,
yeah, right in the box on Christmas. But yeah, so it's that brings up the thing about like being a fan of podcasts or radio. Like, it's a different than like an actor or like a musician. You meet a musician, you're meeting the person. You know his music, you don't know him. You meet an actor, you know his face and shit, but he plays a character. Radio and shit, like you're being yourself, and it's very personal.
That's true.
I've met guys that I listen to every single fucking day, and I'm talking to them, and I feel like I'm talking to a dear friend. Because like I'm like, I listen to you every day. I know everything about you. They're those guys like the O&A guys and the Skanks and all them. They're all very open too. They tell their whole life fucking story. I know more about Anthony Kumi, his personal life, than I do about yours or anybody's or like any of my friends, because he's told his whole story on things. So when you're talking to him, you feel like you're talking to your old pal Anthony, and he's looking at a total stranger, signing the thing, taking the picture, like, going, "All right, man, yeah, take it easy."
Dude, I saw a video. It was like a quick clip, I think, on somebody's Snapchat I think it was maybe Gabe or something of us playing. But
cool.
so the angle was like first it was Pete, and then it showed me, and then it showed you like on the computer, like you were doing something, but you were like like fucking loving it. It was just so funny. You look like this fucking mad scientist.
Yeah. Oh, dude, me and Steve Flex Seniors, like, we're having like an afro contest.
That's true, man. That was cool. He came and he fucking ripped it up on the harmonica for a little bit.
Yeah, after we went over to Stevie's after. And like,
you did?
Oh, dude, yeah, I didn't go to bed till like 6 in the fucking morning.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, because I can't. And it's not even fucking drugs, so fuck you all. It's literally just the fucking adrenaline of a good gig. Poor Lee. She's literally in bed sleeping, and I'm like, and we had the groove, and we ended good, and Steve came up, we ended big, and it was fucking great. We had the place packed, and it was awesome, and we're gonna go back, and with the things recorded, I'm gonna listen to it tomorrow. She's like, yeah, okay, good night. Yeah, it's over. And I'm just like, dude, the adrenaline of that shit takes a while to come down from.
Yeah, I played that like at the end of the night. You know, we closed out with you guys, and it was a fucking huge banger and whatever. And then I like stepped outside, and it was just quiet for a second, and I felt like jittery. You know what I mean? It's been a while. Like I forgot that feeling. You know what I mean? And I had to like kind of step out for a second because you go into this fucking weird world. Like I felt like I turned into a fucking animal for a second.
Yeah, especially with the improvised jam stuff.
Yeah,
like we all go in like this weird tunnel vision. And then you come out of it and you remember there's a room full of people there.
Yeah, you're just like,
yeah, you're like, oh shit.
You saw that? Everyone was watching that. Yeah. Like I hope, like,
because like I was in my head while we were playing, like I was going to weird places.
Yeah,
dude, Lee will do that, and like, cause she's Lee, she's the best, and she's the sweetest and most considerate. Like always thinking of like what I need. But like we'll do a faux set that's like, especially like the drug late nights, like deep, dark. Fucking god, like we ended up in like, I'm like, how did we get here? All of a sudden we're playing a Santana song that I'm like it just goes to a weird place, and I just go deep, and we just do like a solid set of just nonstop music. And then it's like the second it's done, she's like, do you want me to order like a salad or something with like a chicken? Like, do like the Greek chicken salad, and we could. And I'm just like, I love you. You need to shut the fuck up for a second.
Rock and roll.
I'm just like, you gotta like, I can't even like. I see her. She's talking, and I'm like, I can't even. You gotta hold on.
I know.
Wait,
I know. You gotta shake it.
Yeah, you gotta. It takes a minute to kind of like come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
that was absolutely fucking banging last night. And then so we went over to Stevie's after, and we're sitting around playing acoustics, trading songs, playing songs. I'm playing some of my own, like looking up, singing all these songs. It was fucking great, dude. It was a blast. Nice. And Steve Flex Senior sitting next to me, and every song I'd play David Bowie. He go, I saw David Bowie, and Peter Frampton was his guitarist that night, his lead guitarist. I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
Dude,
and
you know
then
what's
we
funny?
start playing a Velvet Underground. He's like, I saw Lou Reed a couple times, and I'm like, stop saying cool shit, you fuck. Like, stop
Dude,
saying.
Stevie, when he doesn't have a ponytail, like he is Frampton on the cover of Frampton Comes Alive. Like
Yeah,
even the
he's got
face,
the big,
you know what I mean? He's like,
Yeah.
like I love that kid's face because every fucking time is like he's having the best time ever, man.
He is. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So Stevie Fleck came up and joined us for one.
Wasn't it? It was him, right? When we were watching him when it was Brass Monkeys, I think.
Yep.
And I was like, yo, if anything happens to you and you fucking die, I'm stealing this kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, that's a weird thing to say.
Hey, we all have to have contingency plans.
Exactly.
Smidge from Roy G. Biv was in that band. And when we, like, put that all together, like, we were at Stevie's, the festival he did at his house.
Yeah.
And Smidge was like, yeah, well, I've known Stevie since, like, we were in a band way back in the day. And it's called Brass Monkeys. I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot about it. I was like, remember Mechanico and, like, doing Pub Fest? We would play with Mechanico? And he's like, yeah. He goes, holy shit, that's you. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, holy shit, that's you. I was like, fuck. We have known each other. Like, we had, you know. So
I felt old and out of the scene because the bass player from Solar Plexus was sitting at our table. I forget his name. Very nice kid.
Mitch.
Yeah, nice kid. Shout out to Mitch.
Mitch is the best.
And so he was like, oh, so you were like in a, well, it's funny because, you can't hear shit. So he's like, you were in a band with Sean, and I'm
It's
like,
every pleasantry sounds aggressive.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like,
how's it going? It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, nice to meet you. And so like,
you're really
he was like,
talented.
you were in a he's like, what band? And I was like, Mechanico. And I got nothing. And I was like, G-Spot Punchers. And I was like, yeah, this kid would have been fucking 12 when that happened. I was like, oh my God, I haven't been in like a band around here in a very long time.
Yeah.
You know, Peter Hewer he shared that video of us playing that fucking Wood Brothers song the other day.
That was phenomenal. That was
yeah,
phenomenal.
I forgot that he filmed that. That was a lot of fun, man.
And he's a huge, digital media dude. Like so he knows his shit around cameras and sounds. And he did like just whip out a really quality little video of us playing.
Tom did not. I did not.
I know. Those guys are great.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while, but he was the drummer in Twin City Kings, which Joe Russell was the lead singer for. So it kind of all came full circle with that kind of group. Yeah. And then I went off and joined the fucking police academy, and
we were about to
stopped.
We had jammed with them a couple times, and we were doing some Mo songs.
Yeah,
and we all walked in. We had like a plan to learn all these songs, and then remember we all walked in, and we were all like, "No, I didn't listen to any of that shit."
all
four of us were just like, but we literally like just played it on someone's phone, and then learned like really intricate, hard songs. And I was like, that was pretty easy because we're all fucking solid dudes. Cool. And we were toying with remember the idea was to do a Mo cover band called Almost.
Yeah.
That's still back there. That's after the White Stripes thing.
Watching that video, I would like to play with those guys again for sure, man.
Yeah, if they're down, Almost.
And again, if you
and then we got to throw Pete on percussion to really make it like the actual Mo.
Yeah,
because I don't like when like you see like a Nirvana tribute band, but there's like a lead singer and a guitarist, and there's separate guys, and you're like, no. Yeah. Like I would there's a lot of tribute bands I do if I could split myself in half and like do both parts, but I'd be like, no, it wouldn't be authentic. Like it's got to be the same setup. So you need to get Pete one of them fucking xylophones.
Yeah, we need to get this motherfucker xylophone. Start a fucking GoFundMe for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times too when I don't know, I like playing drums. It's been a long time since I've played with anybody, but like sometimes when I'm playing the bass, like I want to like the drum line, like I want to make my drum line, but like now that's actually what you do. Like with the foes, you're able to create like your own fucking beats and do your own
that's
thing.
Why we have people like sit in and shit, but when it's really like what Friendly Foes is just I'm crazy. I don't know.
Essentially, well, that's what everyone in the crowd was talking about. Everyone was talking about like they were. They're like, this guy's fucking. That's what they said. Like, if Steve Fleck
like,
calls
this guy's
nuts, like you got something going on. You know what I mean? And like because. But it's true, man, because you have like so many fucking layers, all this shit to control, and then you do it on to me, I don't know if you fucked up last night, but it didn't seem like you did. Like it seemed like everything was kind of on.
A few smidges here or there. I don't know. Not really. Yeah. You just fucking. It's literally just trudge ahead and like, it's like remember like an Avatar or some movie where the guy gets in the big mechanical suit and you're like, that's what it is. It's like the levers and I'm pulling it and just like going like this and like making this machine operate that becomes funky sounds that then makes people do this. And, you know what I mean? Like it is. But that's like, well, with Foes, it's like, remember like, obviously like we'll have anyone come jam with us, but people are like, oh, you and Pete are jamming. So you need a drummer and you need a bass player. I'm like, no, I'm doing it all. They're like, well, dude, that's fucking crazy. You don't have to do that. I'll come fucking. This is nuts. They were like, people were like, helpfully trying to be like, I'm trying to help. But remember when Jon Favreau was on The Sopranos, and Christopher was like, Swingers was good, but the guys were like kind of douchebags. And Jon Favreau goes, yeah, that was kind of the point of the piece. That's how I feel about when people are like, well, you shouldn't have to do all of that. I'm like, well,
that's a lot for one person to take on, Sean. Like, help me help you, Sean.
Yeah, I'm like, that's kind of the idea, is that it's like, me and Pete, I mean, it's not one guy. It's Pete makes the shit come alive. Pete sets it on fire. Because you need real drums. You need life. You need that physical playing.
If I had a vagina, I would let Pete finger me, because do you see the way like he has to be amazing. I'm just saying he has to be amazing at it.
Well, he actually split his finger open like earlier this week, doing something. So and now it didn't pop. So I was like waiting for like at one point in the night. And then, you know what? Zach did say something about, like, was it Zach? Somebody said something about a fucking Guar show or something. And I'm like, it could have been a Guar show. Pete's fucking drumming and then just fucking hits him. Oh, my God. We would probably not get booked there again.
The washboard was cool.
Washboard. Yeah,
John, we missed you last night, buddy. fucking yeah, that was funny because I remember me and Joe got into this groove, and I was like, I'm vibing with a fucking washboard right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, this is so weird. I was like, what is happening right now? It was so awesome, but I just look and like Joe's like, and I was like going with him, and I was like, where the fuck are we right now? Because we're in Buffalo, but like here's Lewiston and Youngstown in its entirety in this whole building. You know what I mean?
The only ones who matter. Fuck everybody else.
Yeah, and you know, some fucking hula hoopers and shit. Like, it was cool, man. Dude, there was a lot of it. But
honestly, shout out to, like, I mean, I know that's the whole, like, the Solar Plexus crew and, like, a lot of the Orange Corn, like, those, the fans of those bands have been so fucking cool and welcoming to Friendly Foes and now Moondog, and, like,
you guys have a sweet fucking community going, man.
I'm seeing people I don't even know wearing Friendly Foes merch.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty fucking cool, yeah. And fucking, you know, Pete's head of merchandising. He hustles. We got shit. We got, you know, fucking moved a couple hoodies because that's where it's fucking.
Gabe was actually.
Gabe was wearing a fucking. She was wearing. a Foes t-shirt.
Kaylee had a Foes t-shirt on too.
Of course.
So that's nice.
Awesome.
But like I'm saying, like, all right, so like you guys all help each other and go to each other's shows, and like your crowds obviously like each other's bands. Which is
you
great,
know why?
Like,
because
the support that you guys are getting from each other is like. I don't know. Did we have that when it was like I don't feel like there was that much community, or unless we were assholes.
Not as much. Probably when you're younger, you get so. I mean, but you get very tunnel vision on you just become fucking obsessed with your shit. Like we were absolutely fucking obsessed. Which, when you get older, you accept that everybody like is obsessed with their shit. Like I know how passionate we are about this thing. Mm-hmm. That's how they feel about this thing. So I don't like ever want to impede in anybody's shit. All I want to do is help them get their shit out. Like when I record people, I'm literally just like, that's what you guys sound like. Like I'm not doing I don't know any tricks. I don't know how to make you sound any different than you already do. And everybody's like, that sounds so cool. It sounds so authentic. I'm like, that's what you fucking sound like. And it's like, I don't know. It was different. I think, Twin City Kings, we were cool with those guys. We met. Clyde. We were buddies with Clyde.
No, for sure. But like, I'm just saying,
it wasn't as much.
Like
I would say Corona had a little fucking something to do with it.
I think it did too. And now you guys are able to, like, you guys are playing like fucking sick venues now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like Rapids never had local bands before.
No, they couldn't, and we got to get in there before fucking.
But like now you guys are getting like a shot at like real sound and production and stage and light. Like that's fucking awesome. Like I remember when when we played Latitude 40. No. Well, that sounded good, but it was the Pub Fest before Latitude.
The one that was still in Academy Park.
Yeah, and I think that was the USS one. But, like, we sounded so fucking good. And I remember a few people were like, that's what you guys should sound like every time. You guys shouldn't be playing little... Which is fun, but like, you know what I mean? So you guys and Solar Plexus and Orange Corner and is Roy G. Biv still around? Yeah, they are, right?
Yeah,
like
course,
like all of you guys
they're
are
playing
these opportunities, which is fucking, I think it's fucking rad.
It's interesting because Mechanical was a gigantic fucking sound because we're three obnoxious motherfuckers who just like, but that's phenomenal. Like look
what we could do.
Yeah, but that's great. Like Mechanical is fucking amazing. And we had that big sound, and when you like, you got to learn like, and it's also as you get older, like you learn how to play to the environment. Yeah. So it's like if we're doing a Foes gig and it's chill, we're not doing like cross-eyed or with me with a synthesizer, like, you know what I mean? Like you play, if it's chill, you hit like some reggae or some feel-good old sing-along songs if everyone's just chilling. But if people are trying to rage, you fucking rage. You play. When you're younger, it's just like rage because you want, you know.
You're like, everyone, this is what we got. You fucking either, you're just gonna
I think it's because there's that window of time where you start getting into music when you're a teenager. You're fucking obsessed with it, but you can't play at bars until you're 21. So as soon as or 18 or whatever the fucking law is, as soon as you're allowed to go out and play a gig that you've been like up all night for your whole life dreaming about these fucking gigs, and you show up and you're just like, and like when you're in the mix of it and just playing fucking gigs, like they just become. That's why I love, like, I mean, you know, and even if you don't like the sound of their music, the way the way Fish and the Dead did it was like, just keep going. And every thousands of bands after them who followed the same thing was like, keep going, just playing gigs, being a hustling musician, not like I'm gonna be a star, like being just a hustling fucking musician who just plays gigs, records everything, just tries to make shit better and better and keeps fucking going. Because you have your definitely off nights. I mean, I think it's oddly inspirational that the Grateful Dead played shows to like football stadiums that were like, even they would admit were bad shows. Like even they would be like, "Oh yeah, we fucking sucked that night," and they're at a fucking football stadium,
and made like millions of dollars. Doing
yeah.
You know,
it's sort of like inspirational because it shows that people are pretty fucking accepting of like, if you really throw down and put your shit out there, people will accept it. I guess that's cool.
When you said that, like people are like, "Oh, how did you make us sound like that?" It sounds good. You're like, "That's just what you sound like." I remember I was at a bar and I showed up before other people did, and I was by myself sitting at the bar. And this girl that I knew that I went to school with, Chelsea, she came in, and it was her birthday that day. I happened to, thank you Facebook for letting me know. So like, she got to her birthday outing before everyone else did too. So she's like, "Oh my God, like, let's take a picture." And then, so I was like, okay, but it wasn't with me. She wanted me to take a picture of her. So I felt like an asshole. And I was like, okay. So then I took like a bunch of photos of her, and she's like, "No," and then like gave it back to me. No, like, and then no. I was like, then I was like,
is she? Let me assume she's hot as fuck.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's hot girl behavior.
So, yeah, for sure. And
everybody's
then
just a personal photographer.
I took like 40 fucking photos of her because it was her birthday and she asked me to, and like she denied every single one. She's like, "You're horrible at this." I was like, "Chelsea, this is what you look like. Like, I don't know what else to do. This is a photograph. I did 40 different, and I'm the problem. Like, I don't fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem.
This
I
is
guess
what you
it's
look
not
like.
with me.
This is you. This is who you are.
Yeah, she was like, "You suck at this." I was like, "Fuck you. That's what you look like. You don't have a problem with me. You have a problem with you." Like, And I don't think we really hung out after that. But I mean, seriously, how obnoxious was that, though?
I'm not a fucking magician, all right?
No, you press a button. I didn't make the camera, and plus, I don't take photos of other people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't take photos of myself either. So,
neither do
but
I.
like, you think? Out of like the 40 that I took, there's got to be one acceptable one. And then she kept being like, "No."
They put filters over them now. There's girls on Instagram.
Yeah, but their eyes are like this big now.
And they look like in like a trail cam, like a deer in a trail cam. Their eyes are glowing, and the face is just plastered white. Like the fucking those like clay faces in Pink Floyd in the Wall, like, and it's like, human beings don't look like that. We all live on Earth and look at each other every day. We know no human looks like that. Like, it looks not human anymore.
No, I know.
Like, do you really think we're gonna look at like, oh, look at the natural beauty? And I've seen girls who do this who in real life are fucking gorgeous. So stop doing that. You're already beautiful. You don't need to fucking. That makes it look weird.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean?
They don't need that.
Yeah.
They don't need it at all. But that's what it is now. So, and that was when this story took place, that was before like filters were like a thing. So she just had to deal with like raw face, and like apparently she wasn't down with it. You know what I mean? Hopefully she's accepted herself by this point.
Hey, Toots, you want to be a star? Start fucking losing some layers if you want a good picture here. No one's gonna pay for this.
I was actually the founder of OnlyFans.
Yeah. I've thought about starting a OnlyFans for foes, and like, it doesn't have to be porn, right? Like, you just sell digital content. It's a place to YouTube. I think just girls took it over. I think it just kind of was that like it was that tool, it was that social media tool, and it just naturally. What did we do with it? We put fucking tits on it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
were you ever there when we would hang out at like Timmy and Bobby's house on the river, and like we'd be around, and like there'd be a bunch of us, and we'd play chat roulette? Do you remember what that is?
Kind of.
So basically, chat roulette, I don't even know if it's around anymore. I'm sure it was, but like, so it's like a webcam thing, and then you just hit like a fucking, you hit the button, and it goes to a random other person who's using this, and so you can either like hang out with a bunch of people or so it's like, but every like third video was a dude jacking off. So it was like,
oh
sometimes,
my God, yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
like, so sometimes, so there'd be like 13 of us hanging out, and then like you see another party of people like in Texas, and we're like, yeah, hey, what's going on? And then we'd go to the next one, and then it would be some dude just like stroking, and then the guy like all that guy would hear is 13 people go, ew! Like, and then go like. You know what I mean? Like, so I thought about that from the other side.
That's
like,
the only way he could finish. I think that's the only way he could finish.
Yeah, I mean, who fucking jerks off to straight? Like, dude, I don't know.
Some voyeuristic
such a dark
shit.
place.
Yeah.
It's so funny though, Billy, because it was started like I was like, "What's chat roulette?" Oh, that sounds fun, and it didn't even occur to me that a dick it would be on it. And then, like, of course, it was within like the first 3 minutes of using it. You know what I mean? Like,
as soon as you see it, you feel like an idiot because you're like, "Oh, of course, why didn't I see that coming?
Why
didn't I see that coming?"
Right. So I didn't. I don't play chat roulette by myself, but it was fun to do with a group of people. So shout out to Timmy and Bobby. Bobby's crushing it, man. She's got a fucking the
yoga
studio. Yeah, man, she's killing it, dude.
Is that the sign? Am I doing it right? Is it backwards?
Yeah, I think so.
I want to make sure.
I don't know.
That's amazing. I mean, that, and also, I mean, if we're plugging our friend shit, Hardin's cousin's tattoo parlor, they're all set on the river. So Bobby's studio is, I've seen pictures.
Kelly's Beauty Bar.
Obviously, I've
there,
never
too.
fucking been in there.
Yeah, clearly.
But I've seen pictures of the fitness
I
facility.
take my binoculars and
while I'm like eating fucking leftover fucking patty melts from the jug that I got from the gig the night before over the sink. That I've seen pictures of her fitness.
You're like,
and
oh, good for them.
Yeah, I'm like, that's great. They're all very healthy and happy.
Oh yeah, she's doing so good for herself.
I'm gonna go sleep for 3 days and then stay awake for 4.
But yeah, man.
But it's gorgeous. The whole point is just it's a very awesome setup she has over there.
Absolutely, man. Our friends are doing really great things, and I don't know if it's just because we're getting older and that's what people are like actually finding things to do with their life, and I still haven't. And I'm like,
you absolutely have. You do this. You're a good person. Yeah, that's like, remember, like you were like part of like the Kiwanis thing, and like you were gonna be you're a fucking dirtbag, but but you're like you have a good heart. But you don't give a fuck. Well, you don't give a fuck. You know what? That's good. That's funny. That's neither one of us do.
Okay.
Nobody should do this show. Like we both are like, hey, let's do that live thing where we like go put like hundreds of dollars into like audio amplification to amplify us being assholes. That's what we've done
true,
here.
Yeah.
But at your heart, you're a good dude. So you've always needed to have one foot in like the world of like you're doing a good thing. Like I couldn't have a normal job. I could not have a normal job. You can't put me at a fucking bank or a restaurant. I can't. I'm not a person, dude. I'm a fucking carny, and that's who, like I am. I am a street. I live in the margins of society. I think is what Hunter Thompson said.
I think that
but
was
you're
always
a dude
like
who can
pushed like by like my dad was always like he's Mr. Education, Mr. Responsibility, and the guy does well, and he takes care of the whole fucking family.
Yeah, what a fucking nut.
Yeah, I know.
He's
right?
absolutely
but what
right.
I'm saying is like he always would be. He is supportive and of every crazy thing that I have done and have done and will do. But like, you know what I mean? There's always that part where, like, you got to pay your fucking bills, like you got to, you know what I mean? And like, so like, there's always been like, I get to fucking go crazy and do this weird shit, but also like, I got to be responsible Monday through Friday. You know what I mean? And then like, so that's why it's funny when like, I'll meet somebody in like a professional setting. And then they'll stumble across the podcast and they're like, what? Like, I had no idea you were this person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying is like, I don't ever leave this world of like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't ever, and like, there's people like you have one foot in the other world. Like because you're a normal dude. I couldn't exist. I just could not exist in the world. I've done like a few things like through like Lee, like we've gone to like events with like real people. Yeah. Like not like fucking musicians, 40-year-old guys in fish shirts with fucking really good weed. Like, people like I live with my best friends, the people I love. Yeah. And then you go to like one of these like little house parties and everybody, dude, it's amazing because I'm just like not part of that world at all. It felt like a Hunter Thompson thing. I'm like sitting in this house, this gorgeous new house. Every one of these like finance guys, like checkered, but like tablecloth checkered, like shirt, buttoned up, super stiff collar. Apple Watch, pleated like pants, and then like a leathery shoe with either 1 or 0 laces. You know what I mean? Like it's either one little
That's like a class thing.
It's either one little tiny, dude, but it's like they were fucking, it was such a culture that I'm not like used to. And I'm like, this is fucking amazing. I keep whispering in Lee's ear. I'm like, this shit is fucking hilarious. These people are fucking hilarious.
Look at that guy. He got himself together today. That's fucking funny.
Yeah, but they shake your hand. They say first and last names. They make eye contact.
All right.
And they go, good to see you again. Because these guys meet like so many people and they don't want to look like an asshole if they're shaking someone's hand they've already met. So people I've never met in my fucking life say, good to see you again. How you doing? Sean. And they put it in their heads, and it's like this weird, that business mentality is nuts. Because we get to our shit, and we're just like, yeah, there's Captain, there's Stick, there's Smokey, there's fucking pink guy, there's you know what I mean? There's Stevie Slappy Steve. There's like, we're not like, how you doing? Steven LaBarber, pleased to meet you.
Yes, pleasure.
What's up? I'm Steve. My friends call me Slappy Steve because I play bass, and it's just a fun thing to say.
Yeah, good thing I don't have any like domestic violence issues or anything, because that would be a very vastly different meaning to that.
I would
nickname.
Start a newspaper just to get the headline. Fucking Slappy. I think actually that's the fucking that Pharrell Williams song. You know, because I'm happy. I was gonna do a version about. We were gonna do a version about you. Because I'm slappy. Slap along if you feel like you just took a giant poop. Because I'm slappy. And it'd be all like Steve-themed things like that. Like pooping.
I like that. Fucking, anything me is great. You know, I'm down for that. Remember when, because like, I think that was the first time I've ever been aware of somebody's first name being Pharrell. Like, and like, because I was used to like Will Ferrell or something, you know what I mean? Or like, but like, and then I was like, it was probably like, you know what I mean? It was probably like one of those like fucking 24-hour births. Like his mom was just completely depleted. And they're like, and she's like, just sitting there, Mrs. Williams, you know? And then they're like, all right, now we have to have a name. She's like, for real? You know? And then they're like, all right. You know what I mean? And then, and then there you go. Pharrell Williams.
Oh, Pharrell.
Pharrell.
That's
like,
funny.
please just leave me alone. You know what I mean? I just fucking gave birth for 24 hours.
I remember, that's a good bet. I remember when we went and like took mechanical pictures like down the gorge, because that's where every band we all just go to the water to take pictures.
Shout out Sarah Reinach.
Hell yeah. We were just talking about them. I mean, I don't know if I already told this story, but we were talking about them the other night because we do the bouncy balls with Friendly Foes.
Yeah.
Like we brought and we got these ones that I was like, I don't know, 20 inches sounds fucking, dude, it's literally, it's this big. It's like, I'm like, oh my God, this is for like.
It's like the Stonehenge of fucking.
Yeah, it's exactly. Dude, it was a total Spinal Tap moment. I think the also Spinal Tap moment is we had 4 of the giant ones. Yeah. And I believe we have 3 now. Pete left his house with 4 one day. They were already blown up because we were sick of bringing the fucking compressor to the. So somewhere between Pete's house and the jug, one of them went flying off the back of his truck, and we don't know what the fuck happened to it.
I remember that show in the summer at the jug when that lady went flying off of one of those fucking things, and it turns out that was Kaylee's mom's friend, like really? Good friend. Yeah,
it was fucking. Somebody was like getting fucking air. Who was it? I had a video of them. They were like fucking getting like 4 feet of air off the ground.
Wasn't it that lady?
No, it wasn't that lady. No, it wasn't a lady. I kind of remember the lady eating shit. The whole point, let's wrap it. The Sarah Set thing was their kid came over, very sweet little boy, and he very politely asked if he could have one of the little bouncy balls. I'm like, yeah, absolutely, go for it. And he goes to bounce away, bounces once, twice, fucking down. And there was a moment where I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get fucking sued. This kid's going to like he's going to get up and be bleeding and crying. And like, we were literally in like our second song. And I'm like, this night is about to fucking change a lot. This is going to be a fucking problem. And I was like, oh my God, there's a minute of like, fuck. Like, you know, when a kid falls, there's like that minute of like, is this real? And now he just got right back up and just kind of dusted himself off and started bouncing. I was like, that's pretty fucking badass.
I follow a page on Instagram called Kids Getting Hurt, and it's fucking hilarious because, dude, nothing's funnier than like because it's always a moment like when they're so happy because they're doing something, and then they'll just fucking crash their bike into a tree or something, or like fly, do like one of those like where their spine completely turns around. You know what I mean? And it's never moms that submit the videos. It's all like a dude who's the dad in the background, just like, you know what I mean? It's so funny the difference, because moms will be like, "Oh my god," and dads are like, "Look at this shit."
I have the fucking best one. I gotta find it. I gotta go back to Christmas. Because I was doing. You ever film shit in slow motion on your?
Yeah,
it's fun. It's cool to play with.
Cutting a tomato in half with a knife, threw at her at the kitchen in the Vincenzo's.
Like a samurai, she cut it.
Yeah, like she had a big kitchen knife, and Munzie threw a tomato, and she fucking sliced it right in half. But it's awesome because that part is cool because you can see it's cut in half, but her reaction was slow. She goes, "Oh yeah,
dude! Can you send that to me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm trying to figure out. I got one. That's hilarious, dude. She cut it like a fucking samurai. That's amazing. I have to.
Yeah,
see that.
it was pretty impressive, man. It was,
That's
but like
so
I'm telling
cool.
you, the reaction itself was
All
fucking
right,
the best part of
I'm
it.
gonna email this to myself. Fuck. Why is it not giving that option? Done. How the fuck can I do this? God damn it. Can I? What? I don't want to just hold it up to the fucking camera and do it. God damn you, Steve Jobs. Why can't I email
Yeah,
this?
I love when you were waiting for the whole, like, your show runs on his product, and like, you were like, this fucking bum, Steve, he had his piece of crap.
This hunk of junk this fucking guy sold me. This guy named Steve Jabs. I'm trying to fucking, whatever. Is that going to work? I think I could, fuck me. God damn it. Thermopolis Media, everybody. Super professional. I don't know how to fucking do this.
I sent you that Gabe video.
Yeah, can you send me? I'm gonna message this one to you, and then can you try to email it to me? So I can
what, the video?
Yeah, so I can get them on the computer.
Oh,
and then I can pull them up on here and play them. This is the behind the scenes shit.
Yeah, this is not stuff we should be doing on air, but thanks for bearing with us.
It's a chill Sunday. We had a fucking banger last night. I had 3 hours of sleep. We didn't really have we had like random ass food, total late night stoner snack. You know those like puffs? It's like a rice puff. It's not like a rice cake. It's like a puffy thing. Mm-hmm. That was some like sunflower seed butter, and then we had frozen fruit, but it was like the bottom of the bag. It was like the shake at the bottom of the bag.
Yeah.
And I put peanut butter on it, and then not the sunflower butter, and then fucking sprinkled the fruit on it, and it was like this cool funky little thing. It was fucking delicious.
Okay.
And then I'm just saying that's what I did at about like 5:30, and then went to bed, and then got up at 9:30 to do a show at 12. I would like to say, for the fucking record, I was up at 10, ready to go, and then Steve's like, "We got to push this back," which was probably a good idea because I'm already a little fucking loopy.
Our night got weird. It was fun, but it got weird. Like we were gonna go to Allentown, and then we like parked, and we were supposed to meet like Gabe and Lexi and Tom and like all these whatever, and then like all the bars that they wanted to go to, there was a bunch of like little fucking young assholes like waiting to get into these bars. I was like, I'm not fucking 20 years old, dude. I'm not waiting to get into a fucking bar.
Because everything's like limited. Oh, fucking
Joe's there. Yeah, I'm like, no, like, hey, Joe, what's up, man? Nice show last night, buddy.
Joe's phenomenal. Joe has such a good voice. Everybody compliments. Like, they're always telling me, like, he's
that Atlantic City singer that they did made me want to fucking cry, man. Because A, I love that song, and B, it's been so long since I've seen like live music, and like the fact that there was a lot of safely distanced people there. And family, and like basically, you know what I mean? Like people that we've known for years, and people that I don't see very often anymore. Me, because I live up in Buffalo now. So it was a very special moment. And then singing that fucking song, like
it was, your old town, the old hometown. It was like a Bruce Springsteen song, a hometown.
Well, I found out
going back to Youngstown.
Bruce Springsteen actually originally wrote that song.
The jug.
That's I tried
heading down the Robert Moses.
Heading down.
That's
just got out of work.
How Bruce Springsteen sings everything about
Springsteen, but he doesn't work. Like he doesn't. Maybe what when he was 16. Like what the fuck job do you do when you're 16?
I'm just an average working man who's been worth $58 million since 1978.
I have a hard time.
I drive a Ford on camera. I drive a Ford to my private plane.
Maya told me that Atlantic City was written by Bruce Springsteen. I didn't know that.
Oh, that's
because
cool.
I know the band version. And I was like, well, I guarantee without hearing the Bruce version that I definitely like the band version more.
Yeah, the band.
You know what I
well,
mean?
here's the band version, the studio one. It was later, so the fucking the snare drum is like super studio-y snare drum.
It is very produced.
The beginning of it is one of those beautiful pieces of music ever.
Yeah.
And it makes me wish that they just did the whole thing acoustic. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? The way Moondog did it. So
Yeah.
Moondog's is better in my opinion. Honestly.
Yeah, now
Fucking-
that actually, yes, new favorite version.
because there's
Moondog.
no shitty. I should pull up like a shitty 80s snare drum on my fucking thing and just. It's like it works. That shit works with like Michael Jackson. It's like Michael Jackson sounding drums on like a fucking mandolin song.
Yeah, it was kind of off-putting, but
Yeah.
yeah, it
Let
was
me see.
fucking
Click
great.
to download. I'm gonna fucking do this shit. I'm gonna do it. I might.
City.
That's such a good song. And
Yeah.
This guy's really cool. Yeah, so that was a phenomenal fucking night, and I'm sure we will both bands will be back. That's my whole thing is I want to
Hey, we got fucking Maya up here too.
Oh,
man.
cool. That's the whole thing, man.
Look
Is
at
I want to
that.
bridge that gap. We were making jokes about like we'll like
Bruce has a podcast with Obama.
Yeah.
What? Okay. I'm sorry. That's just like
how
Yeah.
was it feeling? being
America.
president?
Well, yes, America. I can get behind America. And like, what the fuck do they talk about?
I don't know. It's probably like a dad podcast. It's probably like cute. They like tell like silly dad jokes.
I'm
'Cause
sure it's
they
very
both, like,
interesting.
all their- yeah. They probably have some. I mean, wouldn't it be funny if they did a show like we did? And it was just like Bruce Springsteen telling the fucking president, the former
Yeah.
president, about like getting pussy in the 80s.
Yeah. All right, so
He's like, man,
I got
as
3
soon-"
chicks. One's on my dick, and I got 2 thumbs in both assholes.
And fucking little Steven Van Zandt comes in, and he's got a bong for me to hit, and I'm like,
And
you
I-
gotta fucking light it, dude. I'm fucking occupado over here, you know?
Give me
Like,
that fucking do-rag. I need something to nut in.
dude, we do one character for every human being on earth.
Every older person than me sounds like this,
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like my Frederick Douglass impression is like, hey, what's going on? I'm Frederick Douglass.
Hey,
What's up?
Frederick Douglass.
I
give me
got a
some
big ass
freedom
afro.
shit.
I'm gonna free some motherfuckers. Hell yeah! Like, I do, like everyone is just a shit talking Italian.
know, yeah,
And that's the only impression we do. So we never learned any new ones. We just do that for every person who isn't us.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Lee's
Yeah,
impression of me was always like a super low voice, and she always made me sound like a dumbass. Like she'd be like, "Remember the other day?" And she's like, "You were like, yo, we should fucking pull out the chicken for fucking defrosted to make it." I'm like, "Why are you making me sound like a toad? Like that was a good idea. We should have pulled out the chicken. Why are you making me sound like an asshole?" All right, let me try.
Like,
to
why are
share
you
this
doing an
window.
impression in this moment? You can't
Window
just-
capture. All right, you're watching me learn in front of you people. I'm learning. I'm gonna get one of those. You know how like at like or where is it, like the Apple Store or something? Someone on their tag it'll say like, "I'm new. I'm learning. Please, be patient with me."
Yeah.
So I'm learning. I'm trying to. Where the fuck is this goddamn cocksucking video?
Professional
Did I even have it
cocksucker.
open?
Or, what was your headline for Elton John? Known cocksucker.
No, cocksucker. Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
I mean, of all
incorrect.
things that he's done in his life, like you broke it
Which
down
I
to
love,
that.
dude. Tumbleweed
Just a
Connection,
note.
Tumbleweed, or is that what that album's called? Tumbleweed Connection, one of my favorite albums of all time. He's
Yeah.
a genius. I love Elton John so much,
One of
and
my-
it's widely known that he's a homosexual man.
One of
And
my
I am
friends'
not
moms-
very good with words, Steve. So
One of my friend's moms, she's old school,
sorry.
okay? Yeah, she's not like okay.
Hey,
Before you get woke on me, all right? This was years ago, and plus, she's not. You're not gonna change. You're not gonna teach an old dog new tricks,
Who
okay?
is this?
But
This
she
is
was
someone's
my friend's mom, and she was referring. She was trying to think of this artist. She was like, "Oh, who the hell is it?" She's like, "What's the name of that English faggot?" And I was like, "Elton John." And she was like, "Yeah."
That's so funny. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
he's fucking-
That's funny. That made me laugh out loud. Here's the thing: is like wokeness and shit. Like in its core, is the right thing. Be nice to people. Treat people
Absolutely.
with respect. But also, like your old racist Uncle Tony is the funniest person at Thanksgiving. He doesn't have the right, but just being fans of comedy, like it's not funny to be nice.
No, not at all,
So
dude.
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull up a video of a child falling. This is in slow motion, and it's fucking. This is hilarious. I don't know. Okay, you're gonna have to watch.
I'm
it
gonna
on
have
the
to
thing.
watch
Yeah.
it on
So
my.
you're gonna be a
fucking
little
thing.
delayed,
Yeah.
maybe.
That's all right.
All right, let's play this shit. All right. You see? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I'm watching.
We can break this down like a John Madden thing. Look at him. Oh, fucking boom. He goes down. Now look at Scott in the background. Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's like,
Put his hand up. He's got his beer in his hand, and we got to hear it. Dude, it's the perfect video because it starts, it's the two brothers. They go to run. They just collide into each other. The one goes bouncing off this way. Like, we broke it down like a John Madden thing. And then he comes slamming in. You see the dad with his hand on his head going, oh, fuck. And he's got his beer. He puts it down. And then I bring it up to normal speed. And the kid goes, wee! And Scott goes, you're okay. And it's like it's parenthood, like, trapped in like a 7-second video. I'm going to play it again. It's fucking brilliant. This is my finest piece of work. This is my, God damn it. I can't use this OBS shit. This is my apocalypse now. And it's over Steve's face now. I don't care. Look, here he's going. He's right. Like, you see the bigger one, the curly-headed one, and fucking knocked him into the counter. And he just slammed, like a kid falling in slow motion.
Oh, that's great.
And he's like, we got to hear the end.
I love the hair, too. The hair definitely adds.
Oh, yeah.
You know what
I love that at the end. You're okay. Well, Bill Burr, remember when, like, on Jersey Shore, like, Snooki got fucking punched in an episode?
Yeah.
And Bill Burr was talking about how, like, he's like, look, I'm not going to lie. Like, when girls get punched, like, their hair goes crazy. It's like a cartoon. It's kind of funny.
Dude, I was doing an ATM at a
Obviously.
Walmart.
I do not condone abuse.
Not ass to mouth, an actual automatic teller machine. And so I was doing an ATM at a Walmart, man. It was nuts. So
that's where it would happen.
Yeah. So like right next to it is like what's that clothing store that like girls used to steal from all the time? It was like a young
Claire's.
Yes, there's like one of those in a Walmart, right? So they do ear piercing there. So I saw this little girl with her mom brings the little girl, and I'm like, dude, this is gonna be great because like she has no idea what she's in for. She's this little girl, and she's getting she was like a toddler, like fucking like 4, maybe 5, and like she was getting her ears actually pierced. So like she was so excited. And then I was just waiting for it, like waiting for that moment when she realizes, oh, you know what I mean? Like, so they swab her ears or whatever, and I'm like doing the machine, but like looking over, like no concern for my safety or my surroundings because I'm just looking at this. I'm waiting for, you know what I mean? So then she does the gun thing, and the girl, it was just so funny because I saw the girl walk in like with her mom, and she's so excited, and then like 2 minutes later, she's like, ah! like, like, dude, she was like, and then on top of that, they have to do it again, you know, to the other ear, and they had to like calm her down. It was the funniest thing. I knew it was gonna happen. She was like, no, like, and then I'm like, wait, why would you like? I mean, maybe like as a parent, I don't know. You're like, okay, you want your ears pierced? Well, here you go. Like, you know what I mean?
I had it ear pierced when I was younger. When I was like really young.
You did?
Yep. It was the fucking 90s, bro. I had my fucking sister Michelle had me having a fucking rat tail, like the kid, like the dude from Bill and Ted.
Everyone had the rat tail.
The rat tail, but when I was very young, like it was like early 2000s, like having like an earring was like fucking cool, I guess. It was like,
I think I considered it.
Well, I had a friend, Steve something. He was a cool dude. He became like an athlete. And he was like my buddy, and he had an earring, and everyone thought it was like so fucking cool that he had a fucking earring. And I was like, oh shit, that's what's going down now. Everybody's getting, I gotta get on this train. And I got the shit pierced. And I remember not hearing that much, but then like I'm looking in the mirror and you see like blood just start coming down, and that's when you're like, whoa, hey, oh, wow, I didn't know we were striking oil here. Jesus fucking Christ. Wow, you're just fucking, because they're like, yeah, this part of your ear, you could fucking cut it off. Doesn't even matter. That whole Mike Tyson thing didn't even matter. But like it didn't hurt. And then I remember seeing him, and I had the earring when he saw it, and like the look on his face of just like, oh, you motherfucker. Because he's like, this was my thing, you fuck. And like, and I was like, oh, this is a mistake. I kind of fucking copped this dude's bit, didn't I? You know what I mean? Then I think I just let it grow in.
Well, yeah, that's probably better.
Here, let's pull up. I want to see this. I want to see this video.
The Gabe video?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you can hear it.
Yeah, I will. I don't know why it's kind of buzzy. Why did it just... Oh, you're showing the tomato?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, dude. She fucking sliced that shit. That's
but
amazing.
the look on her, she's so excited. Oh yeah!
She fucking got it like dead in half too.
Yeah.
Like perfectly measured in half. All right, let me turn.
Samurai swords, I like a baseball.
I didn't realize. Yeah, she had trained with the fucking in Japan for a while. Yo, did I ever tell you about that Tommy Karate?
No.
Tommy Pietra, he was a fucking mobster hitman guy. I don't think he was. I don't know if he was ever made. I think he had mixed blood. But he was like super into kung fu when he was a kid, and he like spent time in Japan like learning how to fucking kill people with his bare hands, like train like fucking Batman. Went off to some fucking wooden shack on a mountain with Liam Neeson and learned how to kill people. Came back, started working for the Bonanno family, and he was like obsessed. Like he would read surgical books on like how to dismember the body perfectly without causing a thing, and he had tools, and he was like methodical about it. He was a fucking psycho. Like if they made a movie about this fucking guy, it'd be great.
They should.
So he would cut him up, bury him in different suitcases, and he would bury him at a fucking nature preserve, like a bird sanctuary, I think somewhere in like Yonkers or something, because they're never going to dig there. They're never going to build condos.
Wow.
They're never going to run any pipes under there. That's sacred land. They're never going to dig there. And the FBI found like 80 fucking bodies down there. There was a book I read about the guy that was pretty fucking interesting, man. Tommy Karate. I forgot how his last name starts with a P, and I can't fucking pronounce it.
Tommy Karate, yeah, sounds better.
Tommy Karate. All those guys had fucking nicknames, and I was laughing at how many of them. When you look at Mafia stuff, it's all like Fat Dom DeLuigi, Big Tim, Big Tony Camalucci. It's like, you don't gotta say that. We know.
Yeah, we just
you guys are. Hold on,
you guys are fat.
You guys are all fat, except there's like always one token like super skinny guy.
Something's
skinny
wrong
Guinea.
Old fucking skinny Guinea. That's Jimmy.
Trick tomato.
Guinea.
John D said it was a trick tomato.
No, it was real. I swear, I was there.
It's a piece of shop. Vincenzo's is a quality fucking establishment. They wouldn't be using trick tomatoes.
No.
We get most of our produce at the joke store, the magician's joke store.
What a lame thing to get to, though. Like, what a lame gag. You know what I mean? Like, hey, get him with the old tomato trick, the old fucking 1-2 there.
That's fun.
So, dude, I was in line at in Tops the other day, and fucking like, you know, there's all those bullshit magazines that they can't sell anywhere else, so they just throw. It's like, you know what I mean? There's like the National Enquirer and like People and like all this other stupid shit.
They moved them all to the side now. Oh wait, you're probably talking about the different Tops.
Yeah, the Tops by my house. And like, so you know, John Travolta's wife or his beard, like, you know, passed away a while ago, right? And it said, like, how is John Travolta dealing with life after Kelly? And I just thought to myself, like, probably by fucking a lot of dudes guilt-free, you know? Like, who, like, won an article, like, oh, I find out, like, what do you mean?
He's getting tugged off in a 747. He's doing fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's fine. Doesn't have to worry about it anymore.
That's like the guy, like, literally became obsessed with flying planes and aircrafts just to, like, get away. And that's the thing, like, if it's the Scientology thing and, like, he can't be openly gay, like, we have to fly in the clouds. We have to go. We have to blow each other in the sky so we can't get caught. Turn off the fucking black box. And it's like, I feel bad for the guy, man. Just be who you are. I love John Travolta. I really do.
Yeah,
I do. And there's that one movie. I mean, dude, he's done some shit, man. That Gotti movie was whoo.
Dude,
I don't want to shit on it because I like the idea behind it. I don't.
It could have been done way better. Man.
Yeah, I don't. It was corny. They shouldn't have shown actual footage of John Gotti because John Travolta as John Gotti looked nothing like him.
Nothing.
He looked more like John Travolta as Frank Vincent as John
Gotti.
I guess so.
Yeah.
As like a Italian Doc Brown or something. I don't know what the fuck was going on. But his son was always so funny because his son was like total like the Guido, like just so much gel in his hair. Yeah. It's like icy. It looks like Mr. Freeze like froze his hair into fucking, and he's just like, Dad, Father, I'm doing this for my family and for you and for me and the family. It was like this weird Christopher Walken thing. And like every couple like 20 minutes, it'd be like, all right, have the kid come in and do the thing about the family again. I don't know, but it was mad funny. And there's like, did you see The Fanatic? Do you know what The Fanatic is?
Yeah, that's the Fred Durst movie, right?
Yes, Fred fucking Durst. You know what's all right? So I was watching some Woodstock '99 footage. Yeah. Because it just popped up somewhere. I think fucking they were watching on some podcast, and Korn. We talked about this. When Korn comes out and the crowd just liquefies. Fucking wild, man. When you watch those old Oasis gigs, like especially in England, like everybody in America's like got their phone up. In England, they all move. They light off these crazy like colorful smoke things. So there's really? It looks like a fucking crazy tribal like Burning Man thing, and they're just jumping up and down while these fucking guys are rocking out on it. It's fucking awesome. Like they're liquid, they're moving. So I got into this whole tunnel of watching Woodstock videos, and I'm watching Limp Bizkit. You know how Fred Durst would do that high voice, like "Life is on contract." Yeah, like he was running up and down the stage, so you're hearing him like do like it's just one of those days where you just want to wake up, and then he runs down there, and then he's out of breath, so he's like, "Everybody's fucked. Everybody's fucked. It's just one of those. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit." Like he can't do the high voice thing because he's out of breath because he's like running back in stage. He's just like, I didn't know what the.
I just can't imagine like being like the engineer in those sessions because I mean, dude, Limp Bizkit was huge and like the songs they worked and
Korn was huge. There was a fucking vibe, dude. Limp Bizkit,
I can't imagine being in that room.
Limp Bizkit was my shit. Like, we play In Together Now.
Nice.
You know
well,
the song.
A fucking great song. Yeah,
well, you know why that's a great song? You know who made the beat?
Method Man.
Method Man. You know who made the beat though?
No.
Fucking Primo, DJ Premier. That's
DJ
okay,
Premier. Yeah, of course.
Because then I'm like, why is this song so fucking good? We play that. We might hit that at Rapids because it'll be fun to be in a beautiful
I love the jam actually
at
the end of that shit
shut the fuck
too.
up. Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
That fucking St. Patrick's Day gig, because like at the end, the last song is "Bugger Off." We're telling everybody to get the fuck out of the bar. Bugger off, you bastards! Bugger off! Fuck you! And it's like the whole place was going, fuck you! And I'm like, this is fucking great. This is so inappropriate. Like,
I know.
It's like a weird thing to have a bunch of people smiling and having the time of their life, screaming "fuck you" at you.
Remember that G-Spot show and that we recorded, and one of the tracks that was "fuck the people across the street" because they were like having like their own party. And it was competing with ours.
Yeah, they kept trying to play the music louder or something.
Yeah. So then we had everybody scream.
I mean, literally highly publicized event. It was during fucking Regatta, which is the whole town is aware of this. It'd be like if I got annoyed at like the Peach Festival or something. It's like, this was planned. And like the whole thing, like, I don't care that you're having a fucking barbecue. Like, you should have scheduled it a different day. You know what I mean?
But yeah, we got everyone who was watching us to scream, fuck you.
To the people across the street.
To the people across the street. It was pretty amazing. So that was a fun moment.
You are kind of dickheads when you're younger, aren't you? You get stage dick. Stage dick is a thing. But stage dick is a good thing because, like, there was one night at the Jug. It was weird. It was packed, but it wasn't packed with regulars. Like, Charlie and Cheryl, that whole crew, they were, like, out fucking skiing in Holiday Valley or something. But it was packed with, like, you know, kind of... You know, some fucking nefarious looking characters who were like, all right, but like definitely like guys who like you could tell were just out for a weird, trouble-y time. They were out for trouble.
Yeah.
And I'm playing, and I see this big dude who had a Biggie shirt on, so I played a Biggie song for him. So I was like, hey, we made peace. That's cool. And he's like talking to all the girls, like all our friends who are girls. And like I see him kind of like playfully shove one of the girls. I'm like, that's odd behavior. And then I see him talking to Lee, and Lee's trying to walk away from him. And, like, he's just like, come on. And he keeps, like, pushing her, like, playfully, but, like, weird. Yeah. And I'm like, and across through my head, I'm like, is this dude about to punch my girlfriend in the face? And I'm like, I'm going to kill him.
Right.
Like, I would murder, we'd be doing this through a fucking glass thing right now.
Completely understandable.
I would murder him. And I was literally, like, that went through me where I was, like, had hand on cord to take it off and take my guitar and just fucking, I was, like, right now I'm getting, because he was annoying and it wasn't that bad. She at the end, she was like, no, he wasn't. It looked kind of, like, weirder than it was, I guess. I think he was, thought he was being playful and maybe he's just a big fucking idiot galoot who doesn't understand he's, like, a huge guy and intimidating, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, it was, and I cut the beat because now with the drum, I don't have to tell anyone to stop. I literally hit stop and it goes dead. I go, yo, my man in the Biggie shirt. This, I can't believe I have to say this, but don't push the women. And everybody in the bar was like, who's pushing women? And they like, Jimmy got up and like everybody just went to this guy and just fucking pushed him away. And I was just like, fucking puppet master over here. What the fuck can I get these people to do? But it was like, that was, you know, sometimes you got to do that. I don't know how we ended up on that story because you get stage dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man. But like, yeah, I mean that's, dude. If somebody's causing a nuisance and you actually have the ability to address them loud and make everybody aware of the situation,
sometimes it needs to be done. Sometimes I went a little too far, I'll admit. But alcohol's a fucking hell of a drug. But there were some times where like I'm a fucking, as much bullshit as we talk on this show. Like I am a fucking. If I would love if any fucking woman came out and said like, "Oh, you're a fucking sexist or something." I'm like, my whole life is devoted to a woman who is the pinnacle of feminism.
Yeah.
And all these little 22-year-olds whose fucking dads pay their rent, who put up Facebook posts about feminism with like fucking, you know, Zoe Deschanel with her fist up in the air, some fucking stupid horse shit that is just meaningless celebrity horse shit. And I'm like, I live with a girl who's a fucking CFO and like she's runs companies and makes money and like she is what all of you idiots talk about. And you don't ever fucking do it because you get drunk and talk about misogyny and how like Jimmy Fallon is keeping women down or something like. And I'm like, so if you ever come at me with that shit, fuck you. Like my life is religiously devoted to the greatest.
I feel that
who should be
the same way, man.
Kaylee's a fucking gangster too. And it's like they don't fall into that horse shit. They're just like, let's fucking, like, Lee's a fucking gangster. She makes some money. She's like, let's get paid, motherfucker. Like obviously, she's like, you know, sweet about it, but that's pretty much what she says every morning.
Professionally, that's
what I hear. Yeah, but like, you know, so don't give me any shit. I don't know why I feel defensive all of a sudden. You know what's very funny in Goodfellas? I know, I'm sorry, but when they show the painting. My favorite thing in the world is when they show the painting. That scene was pretty much like improvised. Like there were some beats. They show the painting, which I have in my TV room. And it's the guy on the boat with the two dogs. One dog's going one way, one dog's going the other way. And Joe Pesci's like, I like this. This guy's got a beautiful, nice head of white hair. It's beautiful. One dog going one way, one dog going the other way. And the mom goes, one dog's going east, one dog's going west. What's the big deal? And he's like, hey, what's the problem? What you got? And they immediately get so, like, Italian defensive. Like, nobody said anything. They were all like, this is a beautiful, oh, yeah, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful painting. And she's like, one dog's looking this way. What's the big fucking deal? Like, even his mom, his, like, 80-year-old Italian mother was, like, ready to, like, go to the fucking mattresses because they fucking, nobody said anything about her painting.
I didn't notice them go back. If I've seen that movie so many times, but like every time I watch it, there's always something.
I'm missing the live chat. We should fucking hit these people. I have John.
They're talking about a video or something. There's
Keith
a lot
Richards hitting a fan with a guitar. I've seen that because it's like I think it's might be a New Year's show. There's like confetti and balloons and shit falling down.
Yeah.
And then Mick singing, and then a guy comes up, and Keith just turns around and fucking whacks the guy with his guitar. And
I think I've seen that.
He's playing, and his guitar's like severely out of tune now. Which is for him is, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, man. Like that's a weird thing. Like guys run on stage. Like there's videos of Fish when a guy got on stage naked and ran around and security chased him through Fish while Fish was playing. Like he ran around the drums. He streaked like at a football game on a Fish stage. And Trey was like, give it up for the naked guy. It took a lot of balls to do that. And then for the rest of the night, they kept doing naked guy references in the thing. Like that's what we're talking about. Like with music, like it will never go according to plan. You can have these visions. We all did that. We obsessed over every set. I'm going to make this set. Every second of this is going to be perfect. And then you get there and all that goes out the fucking window.
Yeah, absolutely.
You start moving songs around. You're like, we can't play fucking
because you like make set lists as if like there's going to be a million people there
and you're going to come out
immediately
hot. It never goes according to plan. You have to show up with the tools ready and just fucking throw down and just do the job. I was talking to PM like, dude, if a bus pulls up of like fucking people who like came off a bar mitzvah, we have to get on stage and you're paid for the fucking gig. It's show business, motherfucker. You know what I mean? And nothing goes according to plan. Nothing happens on time. You try to get as close as you can. You know what I mean? There's never, and there's rules.
Well, you gotta play the room too, man.
Of course you play the room. You never know what to expect. Just be fucking ready for fucking anything. And it's never gonna be like, the thing is like, I stop myself from having like daydreams. which was all I did. In college, I did was sit there and zone out and think about playing a gig and how we're going to do it, and like it's going to be great. And like I've learned to stop doing that and just like be prepared, at like have skills to be ready in any situation,
to adapt,
and not envision like I'm going to do this and then this is going to happen and then we're going to do this, and then because everything we've always tried to plan, like anytime we tried to plan like a really specific ending to a song where we're like we're going to go ba 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 ba, and we spend an hour of band practice trying to learn that for no fucking reason.
No,
it's going to take 2
one
seconds.
Of us forgets it.
No one's going to notice. We're going to fuck it up live. Everyone's still just going to woo. And I'm not saying lower fucking quality. I'm saying like,
no.
Focus on what's necessary. As long as you got a solid groove. Friendly Foes is the simplest bass lines, the simplest shit. As long as it's a solid groove and you got people, man, like you don't need to fucking overdo it. But
it was a fucking lot of fun, man. You guys you're definitely like got your thing pretty solid, man.
We haven't stopped. We got hit up. We got hit up by one place. After the Sportsman's thing, it wasn't Sportsman's, but they said, hey, we might be booking again. A lot of bands have been off and they're not ready to do gigs. Where are you guys at? Are you ready to go? And I very bluntly answered and said, we've been doing hour-plus live streams every Tuesday night the whole pandemic. Yeah. We've played jug shows every month. We made an album. We were part of the South Buffalo Porch Fest. We were part of the Infringement Fest. We sent in videos for all of those. We did the Brickyard thing Ryan did. I was like, yeah, if you wanted us to play in an hour and a half, it would be happening. So we're ready. And then I didn't hear back from them, and their Instagram page is all chicken wings. So I don't think they're booking shows yet.
Well, he probably wasn't ready for that answer either. He was just like, oh, okay. Well, maybe I
wasn't that fucking cocky about it the way I am here, but it was
like, are you ready? Are you ready, man?
You ready for us? Ready for this? Friendly Foes? Are you ready for me and like 15 of my scattered friends to fucking get like super? A couple of them are gonna get way fucking too drunk. A couple of them are gonna leave early because they didn't really want to come in the first place. Are you ready for that? No, but it was pretty much just being like, yeah, like we're beyond ready. Like we are like we've continued to just play, and honestly, it's given us the time to really work on shit and get better. You know, like with every band put out an album, they put out singles, it's fucking great.
Yep. Yeah, man,
damn,
you guys
dude,
crushing it.
A lot of the fucking live chat's going nuts. I can't.
Yeah, it's a lot of the people from last night. Joe
Double
and Maya.
Regatta weekend. So is the Can-Am and the Regatta the same thing?
I think the Regatta turned into that maybe.
Yeah. That weekend, I believe, July 24th, Bo, I guess it's all right I say his name. He's doing this whole thing. Bo Suter wants to throw a music festival when the stage is built and have his band from the 90s are going to reunite, which I think is going to bring a lot of local attention. And he requested Friendly Foes to be the fucking closer to headline.
Oh, nice.
Because he's come out to shows, and I don't remember what this guy
was. He's a good dude.
Yeah, we just met. I think I've met him probably like very briefly, but we actually hung out the other night. He's a very good dude. We have some really cool plans for that, and I think that's the same Regatta weekend. So
sweet.
That'll be fucking cool as shit. A lot of bands and like that. That's going to be awesome, man. Like it's all happening. But I really, like we were saying before 2 hours ago, the coming out of the quarantine shit, people are getting their vaccinations, or people either had it and they got through it, and it wasn't this like, because we were all like, holy shit, like my mom's gonna die and then come back and I'm gonna have to shoot her because she's gonna be a zombie. Like, you know what I mean? Like we were all like, I'm getting phone calls saying the National Guard is in Niagara Falls and they're coming down, and I'm like, holy fuck. And then it really kind of panned out. It didn't get that scary. It just, you know what I mean? And now it's coming around.
It's a way of living. Yeah. It's very strange, but yeah, now it's starting to feel a little bit more normal. But isn't it weird that like it gets nice out and people are getting vaccinated, and then all of a sudden fucking people start shooting other people again? Like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, is that like the mass shooters are like, now that I'm vaccinated, I feel safe going out, and you know what I mean? Like, oh, the sun's shining, like, you know what I mean? Like, I got my second shot.
We gotta talk to like people who are in the know. We don't know the numbers. There could be people who are like, "Yo, there's mass shootings constantly."
Yeah, but I feel
but like only certain ones get like mass media attention. If there's Dude, follow Rob shots. Someone gets shot in Niagara Falls.
No, okay, being shot is one thing, but like a mass shooter is a person who goes in and kills a ton of people at once
for a reason.
Yes, but like it's just funny because we didn't hear about that shit for at least like a whole fucking year. There was some weird bomb thing, like, you know what I mean? And then there was a lot of obviously civil unrest, but like not mass shooting shit. And it's just like weather's nice, people are getting vaccinated. Oh yeah, okay, here we go again. You know what I mean? People like it's terrible, but like it's just weird like that. Like now that society's starting to get back to a little bit of normalcy, that's when the mass shooters are like, oh well, I feel yeah, it's nice. I'm vaccinated. I feel
like it or
safe
not, bro.
Coming out of quarantine.
Like it or not, it's like Jerry Springer or something. It's part of our culture. It's part of being an American, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of a guy running into some guy who got radicalized on Reddit, running into a mall and shooting up a GameStop or something. You know, that's part of being an American. Ain't that America? That's what Bruce Springsteen writes
bringing
about.
It back, dude.
He went down to the mall in Jersey and took 14 souls.
Took 14 souls.
I've seriously,
man, that's dark,
dude. I've been sitting like in Europe, like in a city, like in a restaurant outside in the street, just watching like the city go around, and I'm like, this is like where all that shit at. Like that dude in a Vespa could just roll past us and just, and like I'm like, oh my god, these. And then like you look around at people who are just eating lunch like after work, like a couple met, you know, for lunch after work, a business couple or something. There's like people just living lives, and it's like that kind of fucked my head up, dude. Like you got like I think travel should be like I would pay like. If they said, like, some of your taxes go to give everybody, like, travel, like, everybody gets, like, a couple weeks off a year from work, and they get money towards, we get airline tickets and hotels to travel, because I think it really does change your perspective on the world, and it does better people. And I'm not sounding arrogant. I'm not the only person who's fucking been around the world. I've barely been anywhere compared to a lot of people I know. Mm-hmm. But it really does fucking, it helps, man. It helps change your perspective on shit. When you're actually, like, when you see shit on TV is one thing. And when you're actually, like, when we learned in school about the dome in Hiroshima that was under the blast, so the dome kind of survived and they kept it, never in a million years did I think it was going to be a Tuesday afternoon and I was going to be standing there at the dome while some girl with her iPod headphones in sat there and ate lunch and looked at her iPad. Yeah. Like, with the dome that we learned about. Like, I'm and it's just this normal life happening around the most incredible historic events ever. It kind of like fucks your head up. You're like, oh shit,
that is pretty fucking.
It ain't
wild,
all a movie because we all learn shit from movies. We're Americans. We learn about history and everything from movies. We're like, yeah, well, that's when fucking John Voight stood up and gave that speech. And then when you actually experience it in real life, in real time, without like a soundtrack or music, they're like, oh no, we just leveled this fucking place.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, man.
Not a fan. Not I'm not cool
there was a really bad joke, but it was fucking hysterical. It was a pie chart representing countries that have been nuked, and it was just a solid red circle, which is Japan's flag, and it was Japan. Like, and I was like, oh my god,
that's pretty fucking clever. That's
pretty good,
clever.
Dude.
That's pretty clever.
I know.
I mean, I signed the thing on the way out, saying, I
hope you're a believer type of thing.
No, like on the way, like you go to the museum, which is very fucking well done. And you go and you learn about the whole thing, and you learn about it from their perspective. From our perspective, when you learn about, I'm not trying to be like a fucking like, I'm not on either side of any political fucking agenda. I do not follow shit. Hillary Clinton could have died 6 months ago. I never would have heard about it. I don't know. Is she alive? I don't know. Was she ever? But fucking, all right, so I'm not on either side.
Actually, she looks like, you know, when the Joker poisons people? And
love
in
that Joker.
Yeah, like, and they die with their fucking, that's what Hillary Clinton looks like constantly.
There's a lot of, dude, the plastic surgery, if we want to go back to people, not even girls, just people just like whacking their faces out. And it's like a drug addict, I think. It's like you get to such a point where like you are crazy, like that cat lady, that fucking Lion King looking bitch, like, you know what I mean?
Well, if you change,
I don't want to steal content from another show, but Zach Amico does a movie watch along show, and they watched Battlefield Earth, back to John Travolta, And every time Forrest Whitaker came up, you know what he looks like. He's got the dreads and the beard.
Yeah.
Every time Forrest Whitaker came up, they'd all just be like, put him up, put him up, put him up. The Cowardly Lion, because he does look like the fucking Cowardly Lion. It's so funny.
That's very funny, man.
That shit's fascinating. That goes back to the Scientology thing, because that's an L. Ron Hubbard book.
Oh, is it?
Battlefield Earth, yeah, he wrote that, and like I think John Travolta maybe was like, I'm gonna make this into a movie, and it was one of those like Waterworld, like
horrible, big production,
$1,000 billion million big production movie that came out all goofy. Every camera shot is filmed to the side. You know what I mean? Okay, here we go. Let's go into movie talk. Fucking. We talked about the Independence Day video I watched.
Yeah.
So I start getting suggestions of like 90s movies and how they did the special effects. And I got really interested because that was before, it was at a very interesting time. It was before like when everything was 100% CGI, but it's like, so it's the practical effects from like the 70s, you know, Star Wars models and like real practical effects starting to meet up with computer shit. Just enough computer shit to where it's not just like, oh, I'm just watching a fucking video game.
Yeah.
So I after the Independence Day one, they suggested a Titanic one, and I'm like, that shit was pretty sick when they sunk that fucking boat. I'm gonna check this out, and it is a fucking very interesting fucking all behind the scenes of them. They built the fucking ship and fucking sunk it. Like they did it again. They built like a half a ship. It's crazy, and James Cameron's like kind of a fucking nut. I mean, well, he's not like a nut. He's a very smart dude, but like he was like on set, like he was kind of a fucking asshole, which I kind of like.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was. I tell you, there was this expert, this like Titanic historical expert. They're filming the scene where the two lifeboats are coming down, and they're starting to come crush on top of people. Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, Jim," on the walkie-talkie, he's like, "They shouldn't be any lower than just like touching level, and they shouldn't go any lower." And he goes, "Thank you for your opinion. Now I'm going to make it exciting." And then put it down and did like, you know, like when a nerd does something sassy. Yeah. He did like, looked at his friend like, yeah,
I got him.
And it's like when a dork has power. That's what like, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's mad funny. But like, yo, they straight up built like all this crazy shit. And like, that was fucking fascinating to watch how they built that and how they did it, and they sunk the fucking boat, and goddamn poor Leo and Kate Winslet, like they just fucking
just in a fucking
we're
tank
gonna
for
spray
hours.
You with cold water for 3 months. How's that sound? And like, you know, I felt, but it's like they built this shit and they worked so meticulously at getting every detail, and everybody working on that goes, we know how this ends. And James Cameron's like, no, the chairs aren't right. They need to be carved like this, and you need to make 400 of them because we need to fill the dining room. And they're like, and then what are you going to do? He's like, and then we're going to sink them and destroy it, and it's all going to be water. It's going to be garbage. And you're like, why would I put this much time into this? And it's literally a 45th of a second of screen time.
Oh, dude, that's the most it's got to be frustrating, incredible. But an amazing thing that movies do. It's like you put in so much fucking work, the production team, and then it's on screen for like 3 seconds is a long time to see something like that. You know what
it's
I mean?
all so quick, but they did a good job. So it got me into. Remember we were talking, and you're like, you know what? I think I'm gonna rent that because you go like, it came out when we were kids, and I didn't even really, you know, it was the biggest movie of all fucking time, and
absolutely,
the love story and everything. And I was like, I'm gonna rent that. It's one of those movies you forget about, and then you rent it. So we watched it. And I was like, God damn it, just fucking hit the goddamn ice thing already. Fucking hey.
It takes a while.
It was interesting and it was cool. And like Bill Paxton's the fucking guy, that one guy who's just like, so her ass is up in the air and it cracks and blah, blah, blah. Well, he's
kind of cool one.
Yeah, like the treasure hunter. Yeah. Well, of course, it's what a dork wrote. Like dorks make those movies.
I know. For some reason,
that's what a dork thinks a
James
cool
Cameron loves fucking Bill Paxton, dude.
I love Bill Paxton.
I do, but I don't. Like, you know what I mean? He's just the worst, but you're okay with it. Like, everyone's fine that he's terrible.
He was in Twister, right?
Of course.
So when you
it's either that or was he the president in Independence Day? No, but like exactly. But they're the same fucking guy. Their parents get them confused. Remember what was it? Ron Livingston, that Family Guy thing where Ron Livingston's parents were trying to think of his last name. They couldn't think of his name. You're like they couldn't even think of who he was. You know what I mean? It was so funny.
That's funny. But all right, so we fucking we rent Titanic. And it's like, it is cool, historical now, like watching behind the scenes on how they shot that shit. And it really, like, it is fucking cool. And it's like goes on for a while, and Billy Zane and the whole fucking thing, and the class structure and the blah, 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 and all that shit. And it's like, it's all right, but it just takes forever to get to the sinking of the ship, which is like a cool action movie. And I'm not trying to be like a dude being like, fuck the love story. I can get into a love story. All right, I can go with that. I have a heart. It's just this one was like some poor guy bullshitting this little brat. Like now that I'm like, she was 17, you little fucking skank, fucking a guy in a car in a boat. And imagine anything trashier. That's like
yeah. If you put it on paper like that.
Yeah. What's trashier than fucking a guy in a car? Fucking a guy on a boat. So we fuck a guy in a car on a boat. That's like some like Kid Rock Inception groupie level shit. So fucking and he's just living it up exactly like me at those parties with the corporate guys. Jack like dressed up and fucking like going to these events, whatever. And the funnest part, honestly, I think I got into it because we were doing the Irish music, and all I was thinking about was that party they had in the basement. And I'm like, these guys fucking rule, and the stuffy guys suck. They're like, we're gonna have scotch and brandy, and it's like, so you send all the women away when you're go drink and smoke
cigars,
giant black fucking dicks. So you suck on these giant black tubes and drink together and send all the women away. What kind of fucking party is this? What the fuck are you talking about? Imagine if we did that at Friendly Foes. We're just like, for the third set, it's gonna be the fellas having brandy and cigars. So we're gonna be like, yo, I'm trying to get fucking laid here, dude. What the fuck are you doing? Play that fucking Doja Cat song so she can get Instagram likes and I can fuck her. That's the business, people. I didn't make it. I'm just part of it. So, all right. So it's like you get to the fucking end, and we kind of came up with some alternate endings. And it is very funny that, like, she's like, I'll never let go, Jack. That's the quote. That's the tagline on the poster. I'll never let go is the quote of the movie.
Right.
That's the I'll be back of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's the quote. And he fucking dies. And the second she realizes he's dead, she's like, fucking, he just sinks to the bottom. So I want to do an Avengers after credits scene for Titanic where he sinks to the bottom with his eyes closed, and then he just opens one eye and looks up and just kind of paddles away and comes up next to like another girl on a thing, and he's like, how you doing? And he gets on with her, and then he's on the Carpathia when it rescues him, and he's with this new girl, and he gives her a different name that isn't Jack Dawson. He's just like, hey, you doing? John Thompson. What an amazing thing. And you realize he's been lying to Rose the whole time, and he just makes up identities and travels around and bangs girls. And he gets on her, and there's a scene when they're on the Carpathia where Rose is sitting there and she sees Billy Zane, and she hides her face from him. And we're like, then it should continue where like Jack sees Rose and he hides his face from her. And he's talking to another girl, and he just gives her a fake name and a totally different backstory. Like none of that shit about Wichita Falls. It's a totally different backstory.
What do you say we go find a Model T, huh? Yeah.
Because she's like, when they're in love and they're running around, and it's this, it's like, because they're teenagers and that's the dumb shit you do. You know what I mean? If me and Lee were on that cruise now, it would be us in the room with me with the remote going, what the fuck? It fucking play. I bought the thing.
This Roku doesn't
And then
work.
It turns out like every time I hit play, it just charges it again. And I make her call the desk and fuck with it because I'm going to end up saying cunt. That's our trip on the Titanic. And she's just complaining that it's cold the whole time because it was fucking freezing. But their whole thing, because they were teenagers, they're running around and then fucking doing all the shit. And she goes, Jack, I've decided when we dock in New York, I'm getting off with you. And he's like, what?
Yeah, what now?
What now? What was that? You mean like, we'll fuck it. You want to get off again? Yeah, when we get to New York, we'll fucking pop one out real quick in a basement and fucking, and fucking, see you later. She's, no, I'm coming with you and we're going to live and love. And he's just, no, what? No, shit, fuck. He had he's like, and then he goes to Fabrizio and he's like, stage 5 clinger, dude. We got to get off this fucking boat. And then Fabrizio's like, we gotta hit the iceberg. And Fabrizio went up there, turned the fucking wheel, hit the iceberg, just so he could fucking get away from her. That's what fucking happened.
He would rather, he would rather just kill everyone than have to commit finally. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Say it, like Phil, you know,
fake
go
my
through
own
all those
death.
promises.
I'm gonna have to fake my own death in frozen water.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I always thought that was funny, man. Like, I'll never let go, and then she fucking did. Like, like that was very blatant. Like, she let go.
I know everybody says there's a room on the door. The Wikipedia says that the door wasn't buoyant enough or something. And it's like, you guys spent $1 billion. You spent Elon Musk level money on this fucking movie. And not one person, there was 1 million people on staff. Not one person's like, hey, this door thing's kind of unbelievable. Maybe they was like Sopranos ending. They're like, hey, people will just argue about it forever then. And they'll always talk about it. And here we are talking about this fucking door.
And they're just like laughing all the way to the bank. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, wait, the door? That's what you guys are worried? Like, I just did this whole fucking movie and destroyed a real ship and showed everyone dying. And you guys are like, hey, that door's bullshit.
It could have fit to it. She could have slid over that bitch.
Yeah, dude, that's got to be a fucking kick in the nuts, I guess. Not really, though, because it's James Cameron and he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. That is pretty solid that he goes down to the ship itself. Like, that's like that. That was pretty fucking cool. The actual ship itself, like, that's amazing. It's so, and like the way he shot it, where like he would shoot the wreck and then it would slowly turn into the real, like the way it was. Like, that was a fucking great historical.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just fascinating to me, man. A shipwreck, how cool would it be to fucking go do that? Go tour the Titanic.
It would be fucking terrifying.
Go through, like, the ballroom, like, where these rich people... Like
creepy.
Like, you want to talk... You guys went to the asylum. Like, you want to talk, like, shit, man. Like, do ghosts live underwater?
That's a good question. I don't know,
man. They died in the water.
Right.
Do they stay in the water? Because everybody who's like, especially like, you know, Rapids, he said some fucking lady died in the basement or something, or the Jug, someone died in the basement of every old building. Someone died in the basement.
It's just kind of like a rite of passage,
Yeah, the Frontier House. What the fuck was I just saying? God damn it.
Titanic.
Okay, so the ghost stays in the location where the ghost died. Yeah. So the ghost dies in the water. The ghost died on the fucking boat. Is the ghost hanging out on the boat? Do ghosts hang out underwater?
I don't know. That's a very good question. That would be a pretty lame spot because there's no one else to like fucking haunt.
There's other ghosts. They could still be partying on the Titanic.
I guess, yeah, but
underwater ghosts. I don't know because they don't need they're just entities. But how do you detect them?
Underwater, right.
You can't like the ghost hunters. They got to do underwater ghost hunters. You know what I mean?
They're listening for something, and all they just hear is, you know what I mean? Just like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not as, that's probably why there's no underwater ghost shows, because the
ocean is terrifying on its own.
Yes, absolutely.
Because it's pitch black, and like, what's out there. Just the fact of knowing that like a fucking great white shark exists makes you think there's obviously one 20 feet in front of me.
Yeah, like it's the scare, dude. The ocean's fucking terrifying. It's beautiful to look at, but I like won't go in.
Fucking incredible. That thing exists, dude.
Right.
A squid. I mean, I think I went on this rant before, but like people are like, we need to find contact with aliens, and I'm like, there's a shitload of them over in the water. Did you fucking see that squid? That's a fucking alien. What is that? A bear makes sense because a bear kind of is like us. What? We eat, we shit, we fuck, we fucking scratch our backs on stuff. We're not that different from a lot of creatures. And you look at a squid and you're like, where the fuck did you come from? What are you?
Why are you?
You're like jizz. You're like someone jizzed in the Ninja Turtle ooze.
And then this fucking thing, and now it's like a thing, and it's got its own ecosystem.
I think it is. It's a sperm that grew a bunch of different tails, and the tails became arms, and the suction cup, you know.
Kaylee and I were watching a fucking like nature show the other night, and like it was on giraffes, and it was like we were sitting there quiet, and I was like, what the fuck is the point of that thing? She was like, well, I was just looking at it. I was like, why? She's like, well, because, animals eat down here, so they need to be able to eat. I was like, well, why? Like, what the? I don't know. I was just over it. I think I was just like, no, and it's amazing. I love to go to the zoo and see giraffes and shit, but I think I was annoyed at just other things, so then I just took it out on a fucking giraffe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, what a pointless what the fuck is this thing? Make up your mind. You know what I mean? It's like a leopard cow dinosaur fucking thing that serves no purpose.
It
you know what I mean?
Only eat shit that's 30 feet in the air.
Yeah, like, oh, thank you for your contribution.
You
fucking useless animal, you piece of shit. Like, I was just getting angry at this these majestic giraffes for no reason.
That might be a thing. I would
asshole.
like some other of our like married friends to chime in on that. Is that a thing where like I think Lee kind of does that to me again? Like if like we're stressed and we walk in the room and our significant other's watching something, we just start shitting all over it. Like I watch shit over and over, like a documentary I like or something I like or something gives me inspiration, whatever. I'll watch them. And she'll just get off a shitty, stressful fucking conference call and walk in and be like, "You're watching this again? Is this stupid?" And like I was watching Creed, like the Rocky movie, and I don't even remember if it was good or not. I was just enjoying a comfortable afternoon watching Creed. And she walks in and she's like, "This is stupid. Why would he? Isn't he supposed to be poor? Why is he living in an apartment like that if he's poor? And then why would he date that girl? Why does that girl want anything to do with him? He's got a lot of trouble." I'm just like, stop. You got to come in and ruin my thing. But I kind of do the same shit to her. Almost Famous. I'm sorry. I walked in, her and Kelly were watching it one day, and I was just like, I'm not 14 anymore, so I was like, this movie fucking blows.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't blow. It's cool. The music's great, honestly. Stillwater's a good band. And, like, it's great. It's great. But it is, like, Penny Lane floats in on a feather in every scene and everything.
Yeah.
We don't fucking play for the critics. We play for the fans, man. And I'm like,
eat a dick.
Billy Crudup.
Self-indulgent fucking.
So one day I'm like, I wake up in the morning, and in the morning we're all very like emotional. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think we're all very susceptible to things.
Yeah.
I wake up and I'm like hungover as years ago. She's watching that M. Night Shyamalan movie that was like one of his first movies with Rosie O'Donnell's a nun, and there's that little kid from who was the fucking cop and some shit. And he, God damn it, what the fuck was he in? Running with Scissors. He was the kid in Running with Scissors. And he's the little kid. And Gene Hackman's in it. Whatever. It's not like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's like a... He directed it. It was like an early one, but it's not like a suspenseful thriller.
Like a twist.
It's like a fun, like it's like a family movie. So I walk in. I'm hungover. I feel like shit. I'm just like emotionally drained. And she's watching this, and it's the end, and it's the kids are in like a race for they're like in like a little like a running like a fucking sprint race for the fucking church. Yeah. And he's sitting there, and they're like, "Go!" And the kid's running, and Gene Hackman's it's his grandson, and he's like, "Come on!" You can tell like they train together, and the kid's running, and and he's running, and then the kid trips and falls, and Gene Hackman's like, "Oh fuck," and the kid falls, and it's just so devastating. And then they get up, and the rest of the kids finish the race, and they celebrate. And he's sitting there, and the kid's like in tears, and Gene Hackman's upset. And then they call the race, and they're like, "The winner is," and he goes, excuse me, sister, my grandson hasn't finished yet." And the kid looks up and smiles, and it's like, and at this point, I'm just like, what the fuck is this? What are you watching? Like, it fucking hit me so hard. I was like, what is it? That was the fucking sweetest thing I've ever seen. What is this? What are you watching? That was fucking beautiful. Oh my! And then the kid finishes the race, and they hug each other, and I'm just like in tears.
That's how you started your day.
Yeah, honestly, I'm like 3 hours sleep, and I'm fucking a little delirious right now. That shit hit hard. Yeah. I just walked in at the end of this movie, and I was like, "What is this? This is fucking stupid. Why are you watching this stupid movie?"
Well, speaking of shit, I have to poop like really, really bad. I have to get rid of everything from last night, like, and it's like won't. It's bad. I'm surprised you haven't heard me fart, because I'm really, really trying. Like I'm trying so hard not to shit my pants right now that I'm actually starting to sweat.
Okay, so do you want to take a break and shit, or you want to come back?
It might be a while,
We're
so I
at
think
an
we
hour
might be
33.
able to. We can probably call this one and come back next week.
I think
because I honestly don't know what's going to happen in there. So I don't, you know what I mean? I really don't.
I might
one
not
of those.
come out.
Yeah.
Can I finish with one quick story your brother
Sure,
told me
yeah,
about
I
Captain?
think so.
That's a very funny LaBarbera bathroom story. He's over there one night and they're hanging out. And I'm not gonna I should have said. Whatever. He wasn't feeling well. And he went in the bathroom and he was real fucked up and he was sick. And he's like laying on the ground, like putting cold water on his face, and he's all fucked up. And Cap's knocking on the door. He's like, "Hey, yo, Andy, what are you doing?" And he's just like, "Oh, dude, I'm not feeling good, man. I'm out of it. I'm fucking traveling through time. And I think I'm dying." I mean, he says all these crazy things, and he's like, "My mind's traveling 1,000,000 miles an hour all through space. I feel like shit. I think I'm gonna throw up and shit all at the same time, and my head's gonna explode. I feel terrible." And there's a long pause, and Harden goes, "So you're not playing darts?" He's like, "Come on." Like, Andy's like having this, like, I think I'm having this, like, near-death experience. And he's like, "Well, we need a fourth." I love that fucking story.
That's
hilarious.
incredible.
I hope that didn't fucking put anybody in a negative light.
No, I think it's all good.
I think Andy had food
We've
poisoning.
all been there.
He's had food poisoning. That's what it was.
Of course. It happens to all of us.
Thank you all so much for checking out the show today. Thank you all, everybody, for coming out last night, man.
That was a blast, dude. Thank you for having me.
We're going to get a couple other shows up on the Milky's calendar real soon.
Sweet.
And, this White Stripes band has to happen because too many people have been like, you have to do that. So we're going to get to work on that next week.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
And we're going to walk the whole... I mean, Jesus Christ. We got to find... Yeah, we'll find it. So we got some shit booked. I mean, do we want to do it at the Jug?
I think so.
At the big stage at the Jug?
Yeah,
and we'll do it either during a... I honestly think, like... I'm like, wow, I would do it during a faux show, but it's like a whole lot of me. I mean, maybe we just book it as its own thing and get an opener. Like, we'll do, like, Friendly Foes will open for it, but that's, like, too much me. But then it's not me, because I'm coming back as a different guy, I guess.
Right, but maybe... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We
want to pull a crowd... this is off-air talk. Whatever you people think. Let us know what you're going to come to. Really. What's going to make you show up and spend money is what you need to let us know. Oasis cover band, like, that goes back to me wanting to split myself in half because I would want to be both of the brothers.
Yeah,
and I would just end every show by punching myself in the face.
Knockout.
All right. Well, hey, fucking, I love you all. You're all great. Thank you for coming out last night. Stevie fucking ripped it up. Good fun, things on the horizon, okay? I don't really know what to plug, honestly. There's a lot of stuff. I'm very hungry. And Steve's going to shit his pants.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thurman and Lala podcast. We'll see you next